it's been a while since I made a video that's not talking about wrestling or not talking about any films, or shows or whatever. But this has been on my mind all day, seeing this trending all day and just seeing the unnecessary BS that we've been seeing all day when it comes to this. Now, I saw the video, I saw the photo op as well that Jaxson Dart had with President Trump. He's the quarterback of the New York Giants. Just had his rookie year. Abdul Carter just had his rookie year too, which is seriously why I'm kind of scratching my head at this. Because a year ago, Abdul Carter, he was under scrutiny too. A lot of people were kind of upset with Abdul Carter with his off-the-field antics as well. So it's kind of weird to me that less than a year later, Abdul Carter is coming out here and he already knows that Jaxson Dart is going to get a lot of heat and unnecessary and unwanted attention, even more now from whether it's New York Giants fans, away team fans, or just NFL fans in general. And then people who don't even watch football. Most of the people that's talking are people that don't even watch football. Are the ones that are probably more pissed at him going to the White House. They don't even watch his games. Didn't even watch him at Ole Miss. Don't even get me started. Abdul Carter sees and he knows that all this is going to happen. And he says, you know what? Because it comes with the territory. No matter what president you support, no matter what president you go and take a picture with, you're going to get that scrutiny. Now, with that being said, Abdul Carter wants to come on to Twitter and spark another, I guess, flame, because it ended up becoming into a barn fire, setting an entire barn on fire from a little flame from the spark that he put on Twitter just earlier this morning. 6:52 a.m. it says. 6:52 a.m. is when he tweeted this out. Like, bruh. He says, thought this shit was AI. What we doing, man? Abdul Carter, correct me if I'm wrong. Are you not teammates with Jaxson Dart? Correct me if I'm wrong. Were you not getting flack as well right before your rookie season last year? And yet you want to throw dirt on top of all of this? You want to throw more gasoline on the fire? That's what you want to do to your own teammate? This is what I don't understand. Because we already knew that, again, all the people that you see online, and most of the people that's talking online about, oh, fuck Jaxson Dart, blah, 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 we already knew that he was this and he was that, blah, 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 whatever. They aren't even football fans. They haven't even watched a single game of Ole Miss football, let alone New York Giants football, unless the Giants played their fucking team. And this is coming from a Cowboys fan. So, and even I watch Giants games. So, miss me with all that BS when it comes to Jaxson Dart. Oh, he's this and he's that, whatever. Because most of y'all talking, including myself, would never come within 500 feet of any U.S. president. We would never get the chance. We would never get that opportunity. So cut the bullshit. But there's more to this because, like I said, Abdul Carter, he sparked an entire flame that lit down a whole barn. Shout out to Brady Fajoko. He says, Abdul Carter is an idiot. Facts. It don't matter what political beliefs you believe in. You don't call out a teammate publicly for his beliefs. Facts. Again, you guys are in the same locker room, bro. Do you not get that? Y'all are in the same locker room. Y'all are literally going to start seeing each other every day for the next 6 to 7 plus months. Starting when? A month from now? A month and a half from now? So you decide, again, to go on social media, which is the worst place to do anything and talk about anything serious, by the way. To spark any kind of serious conversation, Twitter's the last place you want to fucking go to. And there's this thing called Instagram. And Twitter is still the last place you want to fucking go to spark any kind of serious conversation. So, shout out to Brady Fajoko. He says, out of all people to talk. Facts. Facts. Shout out to Sean Salisbury. Facts. Then you got people like Plies. I'll say that again. Plies. So Plies tweets this out. He says, "Dear Jaxson Dart, I don't have a problem with who, like, or support." This nigga needs to proofread already, bro. Just live in your own truth, my boy, and stop doing what... Why is he capitalizing words? Anyway, whatever. And stop doing what a lot of y'all do. What a lot of y'all do. Really? Really, bro? Use the culture to appear cool, but your values and beliefs totally opposite. What? Stop being conveniently cool. So, of course, I retweeted this guy, Degenerate Juice. He said, enjoying black music and culture does not mean you have to vote and blindly support Democrats. He should have added, you dumb fuck. I'll add that part. Because you're a retard, Plies. Let's be honest. You're a fucking retard. To even have that spew out of your mouth, let alone put it on Twitter and say, yep. And then take the time out of all of that, which still, I'm still kind of baffled and confused by. You take all that time to capitalize every fucking word in this entire tweet. Like it's a YouTube title. Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, you cannot take these people. Look, 16,000 likes he got off of that, bro. We are so cooked as a society. We are so fucking cooked. It's not even funny. And I know I said it every single video, for every single subject, every single topic, but it is true. We're fucked beyond belief. We're too far going as a society, bro. It's already been proven a million times over. We don't need any more proof, but every single day we continue to get more and more and more and more and more proof. Just to go back what Michael Beasley said in that interview with Shannon Sharp. If I created this earth for one thing and I came back 2,026 years later and I see, oh shit, this is what y'all left me? Yeah. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but is Plies implying that Jaxson Dart is using the culture somehow because he was wearing a gold chain, because he was wearing gold chains last year or the past couple years. So Jaxson Dart is appropriating the culture by doing that and then going and taking a photo app with the U.S. president. Make that make sense, bro. Because again, this part right here is what really caught my eye. Well, that and stop doing what a lot of y'all do, which is like, bro, now you just, again, the people saying that this is racist, that's racist, that's racist, that racist, but everything out your mouth is fucking racist, bro. Use the culture to appear cool, but your values and beliefs be totally opposite. Stop being conveniently cool. I didn't even notice the exclamation marks too. Like, he put some real thought into this and thought that he was actually making sense. Let's get to the next one, man. So now we have Emmanuel Acho. Now, surprisingly, I actually don't dislike Emmanuel Acho as much as most common folk do. Only because, one, sometimes he actually does make really good points when it comes to the game of football. Unlike Ryan Clark, who is actually better at football than Emmanuel Acho. Played longer, made better play. Again, better player. But his football takes are fucking horrible. On top of his political takes and pretty much every fucking take. But he gets good guests on the pivot, which is why I still watch. Sometimes, most of they used to be really good with the guests. Now they kind of fell off a little bit with the guests, but I still watch the pivot sometimes when they have a really good guest. But yeah, Ryan Clark, he's not Ryan Clark bad. So I don't really dislike Emmanuel Acho that much as you would think I would, and as much as I probably should. But he seems like a likable guy, a person that I can actually have a genuine conversation with, and we can agree to disagree and go our separate ways, rather than somebody like a Ryan Clark that's gonna label you every fucking thing in the book and call you this and call you that. Anyways, I still disagree with Emmanuel Acho a lot of the shit that he says. I got halfway through this clip and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna talk about this in this video as well, like, because this is just a blatantly stupid fucking take. But let's go ahead and get into this.
Jaxson Dart, the quarterback, supporting President Donald Trump? He's allowed to do that. He's a citizen. He's allowed to have a freedom of thought.
That's it. Why can't we just stop there? And I know I say that all the time. I always say, like, hey, let's cut all the rest of that BS out of there and just stop there. He is allowed to do that. He's allowed to go out and have pictures with whoever the fuck he wants to have pictures with. He ain't hurting nobody. And if you're hurt by it, fuck you. That's a you problem.
Abdul Carter, first-round pick, his teammate calling him out? He's allowed to do that. If Jaxson Dart's allowed to support Donald Trump, then
100%. He's allowed to do that. However, your teammates, there's an etiquette there. Like, this is what people aren't understanding in today's age. Etiquette, professionalism. Like, even though you don't have to be, you're not in the most professional, part of your job in terms of like suits and ties and shit like that. Like, but bro, in terms of money, yeah, you're a 1%er, bro. There's only 50 to 70 of y'all in the locker room for each team. Pretty sure it's a tight-knit group too for all the starters and the star players, including 2 rookies that got drafted pretty high in the draft last year in Abdul Carter and Jaxson Dart and Cam Scattergood. Shout out Cam. Hope he gets healthy this year. Again, coming from a Cowboys fan. But you have Jaxson Dart and Abdul Carter. I'm pretty sure they're somewhat close, bro. And even if they're not close, they have to have some kind of bond because they're both high-level or highly drafted rookies and around the same damn age. And you play on the same fucking team in the same locker room. So again, there has to be this thing called etiquette, which is what a lot of people, not just in football, not just celebrities, just people in general, are missing in 2026. For some reason, etiquette and professionalism are 2 things that people just do not understand for whatever reason. And that's bad when it's coming from me.
His teammate is allowed to support his grievances with him doing that. Here is my issue. Jaxson Dart, you know how several of your brothers, your teammates, your friends, your ride or dies, how they might feel about this individual. So I don't think there's a lot of wisdom or discernment in very publicly supporting an individual who many of your teammates feel offended by. So yes, Jack.
All right, Acho, you using too many big words with me right now. So I'm gonna take that as dick.
Jaxson Dart, you're allowed to do whatever the hell you want. But I don't know that it's a super wise decision without necessarily consulting in some of your teammates.
Whoa. Time out. Why does he need to consult with anybody that he's meeting with the U.S. president? He went out there, talked to New York, even heard him say "Go Blue," which I'm going to be honest, is probably not the smartest decision to start doing Michigan Wolverine chants in the state of New York. I mean, I guess it could be worse. It could have been in Ohio. But, fam, you don't need to consult with anybody. None, nada. That, hey, I'm going to now, you could probably give your agent or I guess your PR people, if you have PR, I assume he does. He's a quarterback in the NFL, a starting quarterback in the NFL. I'm pretty sure he has everything a fucking normal celebrity has, which is a PR team, agents, handlers, or whatever the fuck those are. But I'm sure he has all that. So I'm sure he has to let everybody know, like, hey, I'm gonna go to New York and I'm gonna go do this. Is probably one of their fucking ideas. I'm not saying that this was like some true, but I do believe that Jaxson Dart wanted to do this. that he was like, hey, man, you only get to meet the president once, maybe twice in your lifetime as an NFL player, and that's if you win the Super Bowl. So, obviously, I think that he wanted to do it. I do believe that he actually knew, hey, I know I'm going to get heat. I know I'm going to get flack for this. I don't care. It's not a bad thing that I'm doing, and it's not a bad thing that he's doing. So you got to stop with this whole, you got to let people know, like, nigga, I don't need to check in with you. This ain't the hood, bro. I don't need to fucking go anywhere and check in with you just because I'm in a geographical location or I'm at some kind of event. No. When old dude was with the with the New Orleans Saints was doing all those gay camps for those kids, nobody wanted to pull up then and say, oh, you got to consult with your teammates on that shit. Because I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have fucking happened. Just like if Jaxson Dart consulted with his fucking teammates, hey, man, I want to go meet the president. I'm pretty sure most of them would have been like, I'm not co-signing on that. Because that's just the fucking weird-ass agenda that we live with now in America. Is that the U.S. that President Trump is the worst person in the entire world for some reason. He's the boogeyman to a lot of fucking people for some reason. That's a whole nother issue and a whole nother rabbit hole. Again, that's a you problem. The fuck that got to do with me? The fuck that got to do with Jaxson Dart? Somebody that just wants to go and support who he supports. And somebody who wants to support a city and state that he plays for, by the way. Because they could have very well had somebody else go from maybe not the New York Giants, but maybe from another New York team, maybe the Yankees or somebody else. But they said, hey, what about Jaxson Dart? Jaxson, would you ever want to come to? Again, I don't know how that whole thing went down with the invitation of him going to meet Trump, but hey, again, kudos to him. Glad he got to do it.
Carter, you're allowed to express your frustrations with it. I don't think it's super wise to do it publicly because now you got 36 million people looking at a tweet of Abdul Carter, you calling out your boy.
What did I say earlier? He started a flame that turned into a whole fucking barn fire, and everybody fucking blew it up. Me, I'm making a whole video about it, so I guess I'm contributing to it too. But you started this whole fucking thing. But we're gonna get into what Abdul Carter says later on.
Keep in mind, y'all are both supposed to be the future of the New York Giants. One a first-round quarterback, one a first-round edge rusher. Y'all both supposed to be the face of the franchise. So with that being said, Jaxson Dart, I don't personally have an issue with him supporting Donald Trump. He's a human. He can support who he wants to support. Was it pretty stupid given the reaction it will cause to his other brothers that are humans and have human emotions? Absolutely. I don't think
because wow, again, that's a you problem. Motherfucker ain't holding you captive in your sleep with a knife to your neck. Like, stop acting like he does. It's not my fault that you feel that way. It's the same thing about slavery. If I want to date a white woman, I'll date her. If I want to marry a white woman, have kids with a woman, I'll do whatever the fuck I want. Doesn't mean that I'm not aware of certain things, and don't mean that and plus, on top of that, with me saying that and me doing that, slavery doesn't affect me. That's the whole mentality that y'all still live with, man. To this day, y'all still live with a slave mindset. So bad that another grown-ass man you've never met, and again, probably will never meet, has an effect on how you feel. And then people around you that don't feel the same way, you feel a certain way about them. Because again, you have a you problem. Goes back to my point about marrying a white woman or any other race that's not black. That's not the same race as me. I can do that. Jaxson Dart can go and visit Trump anytime the fuck he wants. And take photo ops with Trump anytime he wants. I don't need to consult with you because you feel a certain type of way about white people because of slavery. And he doesn't need us to consult with any of his teammates about him going to have a photo op or meeting with Trump and having lunch with him or whatever the fuck he wants to do with Trump, with President Trump. Because you feel a certain type of way about white people. Or you feel a certain type of way about Donald Trump. Or you feel a certain type of way about Republicans. Or you feel a certain way about a certain type of way about a red hat. Just saying.
Wise, I don't got an issue with it. Abdul Carter, I don't have an issue with it either. Was it also unintelligent? Yes, because now you caused a distraction and the organization ain't won no games in a long time. But they're men. They can do what they want. It's going to be something to watch, though.
Abdul Carter tweets this out at 5:30 today, so about 5 or 6 hours ago. He says, "Me and JD6 are good. We spoke earlier as men. Y'all can keep y'all narratives." Bruh. Like, is this dude fucking retarded? Is he so retarded that he thinks that we, the people, are fucking retarded? Bro, holy shit, man. Again, this is like sparking a flame, it turning into a bonfire, and you standing there and saying, y'all can keep y'all narratives, man. We good. I apologize to the owner of the barn. We good. Yeah, but you just started a fire, bro. You literally started a fire. So what are you talking about? We can keep our narrative. There's no narrative. Whether y'all are good or not, whether the owner says, hey, I'm not pressing charges or not, fam, there is no narrative. There's the truth of what you did and what you said. You literally tweeted out. Let's go back to the tweet. Thought this shit was AI. What we doing, man? And now you want to come back and say, me and JD6 are good. We spoke earlier as men. Okay. You all spoke earlier as men. You probably should have started that way too. Because you tweeted out at your teammate, a.k.a. your coworker, a.k.a. the guy you showed the locker room with, a.k.a. the guy you came in the league with. Like I said, man, like I know to some people I may seem goofy because he makes millions and millions of dollars. He's a 1%er, great athlete, spectacular athlete, but he's a fucking idiot. He is a absolute idiot for this. Players fuck up, man. I get it. But like I said, a year ago when he was going through shit from the media and he was asking for, I think, Lawrence Taylor's fucking a number, yeah, like, and you're gonna come out and act like this. And correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Lawrence Taylor support Donald Trump too? And you asked for his to wear his number? This makes zero fucking sense. Yeah, man, I just don't get it. Like, it's the same thing as Mick Foley saying, I'm leaving WWE, and now he's signed with AEW. And to kind of send some kind of message like he's fighting, quote-unquote, fascism or some shit. Like, no, bro. And he decided to not only call out WWE, but try and disassociate himself from WWE with everything. So he literally did not re-sign his Legends contract, left, disassociated from WWE. Now he signed with AEW, thinking that he's going to be able to send some kind of message by doing that when his career is already over. Everything that anybody thinks of with Mick Foley, Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, all that is related to WWE. So I don't know why he would sign with AEW, but again, that's a whole other thing too. But I'm just making a comparison between that and Abdul Carter calling out Jaxson Dart. Again, someone you should be close with. And then you want to come out here and say y'all can keep y'all narratives trying to play victim. If I had $100 for every time a professional athlete, not even celebrity, I'm not even gonna give you the easy one with just saying celebrity. $100 every time a professional athlete played victim, I'd be a rich ass man right now. Anyways, man, hit that like, that subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm sick and tired of hearing from the it just takes 2 weeks to stop the spread type of crowd. I'm sick and tired of hearing from that fucking crowd, man. So hit that like, that subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit me up in the comments on what you guys think about all this. It's your boy Corn, and I am OUT.